Talk about the top 5 things you need to master to succeed as a developer in 2020. First one is understanding the why. So, why are you building what you're building? What do you like? Why? Like, I know you've been asked to do something, but who's the customer? What are they going to do with it? What's the value? It's really important that you understand why you're building what you're doing and really get to the bottom of it. That allows you to sort of do a good job where it matters, speed through when it doesn't. They want it done fast. Does it need to be quality? Where's the value coming in? That if you were the user, what would you want? Maybe you can bring things back to those that are giving you requirements and say, hey, you asked for this, but maybe you wanted that instead. There's a lot you can do there. Second thing is documentation. I'm sure this gets brought up every year, but the amount of developers that know how to do decent documentation is not as great as it should be. So get your documentation done. Think about who your audience is. If you're writing for other developers, you're writing for operations, you're writing for maintainers. Don't have to write a lot. Just answer some basic questions. What is this, and why does it exist, and how to maintain it, and too much documentation, no one's ever going to read it. It's just a waste of time. Just be reasonably accurate, and it'll go a long way. Number 3 is write code that others can maintain. You might have the latest, greatest whiz-bang thing, framework, way of doing things. You might love, I don't know, inheritance, abstract classes, recursion, crazy algorithms. Using these really ingenious way of writing variable names or methods or composition, or you love design patterns. Write your code at an 8th grade level. Write it so that others can come behind you and maintain it so that you can go on to do wonderful, new, amazing new things and not be stuck in the past. You want to be able to hand this off to somebody, especially if it's written simply and clean. Then they can learn from maintaining your code and your way of thinking, the way that you approach things, so you're helping the next person grow as you go on to new other things. So definitely write code others can maintain. The 4th thing is to know when to ask for help. So I see a lot of folks, they are like, I'm going to solve this, I'm one step away, I'm one step away. It takes them forever to accomplish something that maybe they needed to get a team around it. It's sometimes what looks like, oh, you're just one step away is really something really, really hard. And maybe you're approaching it from the wrong angle. Maybe you're not seeing the big picture. Maybe you're misinterpreting requirements. Maybe you need to come back and say this framework's not what we should be using, or these things. If you get enough people to look at something, it's not a weakness. It's actually getting peer review, collaboration. It's a good thing. Also, you need to know when not to ask for help. So can you Google it? Have you spent more than 5 minutes trying to figure it out? If you're going to ask for help, you need to at least bring some proof that you've just found so far. Like, I found these articles, I found these blog posts, I found this stuff. It doesn't work. Help. Let's collaborate. So I think that's something to really think about is knowing when to get help to keep momentum. And the last thing is testing. And I know, it's the last thing. It was test first. Well, I have a different view on tests than a lot of people, but tests are for locking in the value, not about some sort of code coverage or some methodology or some magical way to get to perfect code. But test says, does this thing do what it's supposed to do? Does it do it well? Has things changed? It's to lock in the value. So make sure you have tests on what it's doing, what it's the contract, what it's fulfilling, what the business value. The testing locks that in. So make sure you have testing. So if you understand the why, you document what you build, you write it at that 8th grade level so others can maintain it, you know when to ask for help, and then you make sure you've got some kind of testing on it to make sure that it's working as people change things. And they're going to be delivering quality. It doesn't matter what language you're in or what framework or building products, you work in an IT department, it doesn't matter anything. Those things are going to help you deliver better results. And you're going to do less work. You're going to make the people around you feel better. It's going to help your career. It's just good things to keep in mind. And just that's the strategy. You do those 5 things, you'll have a better 2020.